I don't think you could have scripted a better story. We were so excited about is to watch this entire region come together. It didn't matter where you lived or who you were or what school you went to. You were a City fan.
Match one of round one underway. The top seed in the West, St. Louis City.
I knew we were not going to be terrible. Did I expect to be number one? Top of the table, home field advantage.
Incredible pleasure for me to announce that St. Louis will be the 28th team in Major League Soccer. Congratulations.
St. Louis, are we ready to do this? Well, good, I'm glad you are, because I'm not. No, just kidding.
So in August of 2019, Commissioner Garber came to St. Louis and told us that we were awarded an expansion team. A crazy day, because then you realize, oh Lord, like I need to get a color, I need to get crests, I need to get a team, I need to build a stadium, I need to build a training facility, because we were building everything from the ground up. Then we had everything from Lutz Pfannenstiel, who said, you know, we got to put a team together.
My name is Lutz Pfannenstiel from Germany. I'm the sporting director, and I'm here since August 2020. After learning what St. Louis is all about, but also what possibilities we have to start a team from scratch, somehow I caught fire, and I really realized that for me, for sure, it was the most exciting project at this moment in world football. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I was driving around the little towns outside St. Louis and watching high school games for probably 3-4 months, just to learn about the culture, learn about the people, learn about the football here. I wanted to kind of make a reflection from that what's happening on the field to the people living in St. Louis.
My name is Bradley Cornell, head coach of St. Louis City, and I joined on the 5th of January 2022. Yeah, it goes back to like a few phone calls, and it goes back to some conversations with Carolyn Kindle, our owner, and just connecting with the people. Joining on the 5th of January, being afforded the luxury of spending a few months building identity, philosophy.
So when Bradley interviewed, it was one of those interviews where I'm like, this is exactly what we're looking for. He understood the principles that Lutz wanted to execute. He understood the style of play. There was confidence, but not cockiness, if that's the right way to say it. And he ended his presentation, PowerPoint by the way, with a picture of his family. And he talked about how important his family was to him. And I said, you know what? That's the kind of guy we need.
We wanted to be, of course, international, but I also thought that our way of play is very much that's what we can see in the Bundesliga. So players with a certain mentality, they made their first steps in professional football, mostly in the German league and in Europe. For the first 2 years, we decided to go that route.
The first conversation we had was on the phone when me and my wife, we were on vacation. I honestly wasn't so convinced. I thought like, yeah, MLS, maybe it's a little bit too early, but I saw that many great players, also young players were coming here. So I thought like the league is growing a lot, so maybe it's a good time to come. After the conversation, I was really, really impressed.
I was acquired through a trade, so I played for Houston and then I got traded here. And yeah, I spoke to Lutz and Brad, and I was just really excited about working with Brad again because I had played under him at New York Red Bull. I was excited about getting back to the way Red Bull plays and or the Red Bull style.
Really nice to be part. Brand new team, starting from the zero, but already knowing the people who works there. I have been working with Lutz in Europe, so it's really exciting.
A couple months ago, we as an ownership group realized that we probably needed some more help, some more direction. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Diego Gigliani, formerly from Manchester City Football Group, now officially with City SC. So welcome to Diego.
Thanks, Carolyn. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
For all of those people that have been here over not a few months like I have, but a few years, and maybe even decades, for the city that has really been a soccer city. The more you discover it, the more you realize that soccer has been ingrained in this city since many, many decades. I think for all of those people, this needs to feel like a reckoning.
Well, for, Lutz, Diego, and Bradley, all three alike, they brought in such different, unique perspectives. We've got a German, a South African, an Argentinian, but they're here, and they're calling St. Louis their home, and that means a lot to me and the entire ownership group.
Well, St. Louis, tomorrow is the day. We finally get to watch our own Major League Soccer team hit the pitch.
For me, it's a mix between excitement and also being a little bit relieved. It's such a long process of starting a club from zero. It's, for me, more than 2.5 years, nearly getting into 3 years.
And we are just minutes away from a historic kickoff for St. Louis City SC as it plays its first ever Major League Soccer game in its history.
We know this is a very historic place with regards to the soccer, right? Soccer heritage, soccer history. And for me, every day when I leave home, that's a good reminder of that.
So I guess it's now the proper time to make our season predictions public. The worst team of the season will be...
I hate to pick on St. Louis, but it's going to be St. Louis, and I don't want to hear that it's an expansion team, so you should cut them a break, give them some slack. That's how it works.
I mean, does it really come as a surprise that they're probably going to finish in last place? I mean, all you got to do is just look at their roster. The team looks quite terrible.
So a team from the Gateway City forges a new pathway in professional sports. St. Louis City SC, Major League Soccer's 29th team, are off and running.
The first time out against Austin, a really good team, was probably the most special moment, and not letting go.
Second corner, here comes Parker, and it's into the net. Strike that one up as a slice of St. Louis soccer history.
A lot of people had us written off, and we had a lot of guys, like I said, that haven't played in this league. So they kind of writ us off before even really understanding our roster.
Their first goal in Major League Soccer, Tim Parker's got it.
I think we showed a certain mentality against Austin. We go up, and then we go down, and then we equalize.
When we scored that third goal, it looked like something exploded.
Klaus inside, and he pokes it into the net. And St. Louis City go into the lead with 5 minutes to play. The Brazilian intent on setting yet more history for the newest team in MLS. The whistle goes. They'll hear those cheers from St. Louis. They'll remember this moment in their history.
What a moment that is.
The wait is almost over for St. Louis soccer fans. St. Louis City SC plays its first home MLS game at City Park in just a few hours.
Welcome back to St. Louis, Missouri. We're minutes away from a moment, decades in the making. St. Louis City SC ready for its first ever home match. Charlotte FC, they'll try to spoil the party tonight in America's Gateway. Sweet Airscape looking for Capetti. Oh, it's in! Enzo Capetti, the first goal in City Park history. He does. Nerwinski and off to Iloma. St. Louis's first home goal is an own goal. Leuven to put St. Louis ahead. He does. Roofs it. St. Louis turns it around to give away to Klaus, who clips it over Cisniega and scores a wonderful goal to put St. Louis City up 2. It's 3-1.
They did the trick in Austin and surprised everyone, but this one is harder. This one, you can't surprise anyone.
Now I think we've established ourselves enough to kind of determine that it's not just luck or it's not just an underdog mentality, that we actually have a good group here.
St. Louis City 3, Charlotte 1, and their franchise.
I came into the stadium, the moment I was there, the fans went crazy. I just had goosebumps. It was an incredible moment.
And that's become a term for us throughout the season, is stay in it, whether it's in the game, whether it's in a moment.
Leuven gonna serve it again. Right into the back post, and a chance to make it 2-1, and they do.
Was the substitute Ostrak deflected? It's in the back of the net.
Available in the MLS expansion draft is Jokini. St. Louis City have done it again. This is what they do. They come, they conquer. Well on their way to 5-0-0.
Well, we were all wrong about St. Louis City.
Listen, your boy picked St. Louis City SC as his wooden spoon. I thought they would really struggle, and I wasn't the only one.
We've given ourselves so much shit over the last 2-3 weeks, man. We have to enjoy these moments when we commit, believe, and play with confidence. The next 4 or 5 weeks, boys, you know what's coming here, huh? All right? We have to become a fortress.
No one believed in us. We came from different walks of life, a very diverse culture, what we have, but we had one common goal, is to prove people wrong.
After we had a remarkable beginning with 5 wins, I thought like playoffs is a really realistic goal.
City SC game began with the team's second half of its inaugural season. The first half has some fans thinking the team may be able to go all the way.
My name is Sam Wise. I am the founder and leader of Fleur, which is our drum corps, our chant leaders, and just generally championing all the noise. When you have 3,000 people on the north end of the stadium and they're singing your chants, they're doing it in unison, everyone's jumping up and down, it's goosebumps.
Leuven, oh yes! Leuven, another banger. Second hit, third hit, snuck it inside the post. Everyone is scoring.
Muchos de nosotros que crecimos en países latinoamericanos extrañábamos mucho esa alegría, saltar, cantar, y lo vimos con mucha pasión. Nosotros tenemos un grupo de descamisados que siempre se quitan la camiseta cuando ya tenemos más de 3 goles.
Everyone that comes to these games sees that everyone in the stadium stands all 90 minutes.
I knew we were going to have sellout crowds. I knew we were going to turn City Park into a place to have fun and celebrate.
I've played in so many stadiums now here in the MLS, and I can say genuinely that our fans are the loudest.
You know, if you think about it, in 2019, we didn't really have City SC. We didn't have City Red. We didn't have a crest. And now, you know, you see it everywhere, you know, and I love it.
You guys have a chance, you're on the brink of clinching a playoff spot. Is that a big deal for you to have clinched that spot?
If it means that we play the next game in a successful manner and we get something at the end of the 90 minutes and it's rewarded with a playoff clinch, then that so be it.
And the match is over. 1 versus 2 in the West. Scoreless draw after 90 minutes.
Hours ago, we learned that City SC has clinched a playoff spot in their very first season.
City SC has secured its playoff spot even in spite of last night's tie. Now at this point, we're number 1 in the Western Conference.
It wasn't expected. We had so many doubters, and that makes it even more special.
My look at all the predictions and everything we had to see, I think it just helped us to be a little bit more angry about things. If you don't, nobody fancies you, they underestimate you.
We've developed this, you know, immense respect for each other, but the camaraderie. And like I said, creativity and the excitement and everything that we've all worked together on has been just amazing. Hence, well, we're here for our first playoff game.
Thank you for all the support through our first season. But now we need you in the playoffs, in our first ever playoff run.
History in the making for City SC and its fans. #1 seed for the MLS Cup playoffs. Up next, a best-of-3 series against Sporting KC.
Rivalry in the first round, first ever playoff match at City Park.
The stadium's going to be crazy. The fans are going to be nuts.
Obviously, you know, do you want to win? You do. But regardless of the outcome, I'm just so proud of them that we're even here. You know, we're in the playoffs, playing Kansas City. I mean, what, you couldn't have scripted a better derby, a better match. And of course, in true fall weather, we're just going to continue to add more things. It's going to be a first.
round one underway. The top seed in the West, St. Louis City, hosting their cross-state rivals, Sporting Kansas City. Here's Polito. Can they challenge Berkey? And Dembe's coming forward. He has space, and Dembe!
Perfect start for Sporting Kansas City here in St. Louis, Missouri.
Vasilev. Jackson tries to flick it out. It's Parker!
3 in a row all season long, but it was the reaction from Tim Parker.
The kick save from Berkey. Voltaire! And in! The lead again! The visitors from across the state take the lead back 10 minutes before halftime. Oh, what a goal! What a half from Sporting KC! Kinda serving, Polito flicking, Shauyan, and in, and it's 4! They've turned it completely around. A team that conceded 4 in each of their previous 2 trips to City Park in the regular season have now put 4 on St. Louis. And it is over in St. Louis. The 8th seed in the West, Sporting Kansas City, comes across the state of Missouri and dominates their class.
Certainly not the ending we wanted. I mean, if you think about it, we weren't even supposed to be in the playoffs. In fact, we were supposed to be the worst team. And so to be able to get to the playoffs, it really, truly was incredible. This was our first year. I mean, can you imagine what our second year is going to be like? Just stay tuned.